Wayne Newton kissed me on the cheek because what he would do is at the end of the show, ladies would line up for Wayne to kiss him on the cheek, and I got in line, and he did his part and just kissed me around the cheek. And
hashtag Branson.
I mean, it was
love the one you're with, Randy.
It was a long night.
Randy Miller and Michael Seward on RandyMillerRadio.com.
Say the blues is just a good man feeling bad. I don't know about you, that's not the kind of blues I have. I'm a bad man.
Bad man. Woo! Bad man walking. Bad man walking.
Yes, I'm a bad man. Let's get that understood.
Welcome in. Brand new episode of RandyMillerRadio.com. And Michael Seward is here. Hi, Michael.
Know your role.
How's your jacket? How's your coat?
Are you a little giddy like I am? What a time.
Listen, okay, so just a little name drop from me.
Oh.
I interviewed a guy named Adam Carolla yesterday. So Adam Carolla, he's been in podcasting for 14 years. He has the longest running podcast in the world. And he's coming to Kansas City to do stand-up. And I said, there could never be a better time for anybody to do anything in Kansas because everybody's in a great mood.
Oh, yeah.
I said, we don't care if you're funny. We're happy.
Man, it's an incredible time. You got, obviously, the Chiefs.
Right.
You got the
draft
picks.
What else?
NFL draft picks.
Yep, NFL draft.
I brought something right here.
Good.
I brought something right here. The Morshes that I work with.
Yeah.
They're already got their tickets. They're taking the first
flight,
the last flight out of MCI.
Right.
They'll be in Chicago for about 6 hours.
Right.
And they come back.
Oh, that's great.
To be the first.
I thought about doing that actually.
Actually, I mean, Graham's like, come on.
That's historic.
They're having T-shirts made. I know
that's
Councilman
historic.
Jermaine Reed is on the plane.
Right.
They've got like 15, but there's more seats.
Got a brand new airport. I mean,
yes.
We're going to be
kind of a big deal.
Well, I'm saying. Hey, let me talk about your jacket though.
Thank you.
So we're down at Union Station and we're interviewing people. This is before the Super Bowl. And we're talking to people and everybody, all they can talk about is Michael's coat. That's all they can talk about. I mean, people come to this one guy came in, I have a coat. Where did you get the coat?
I'm just trying to blend in.
What is yeah. What give me the story on the coat.
Oh, there's really no story. I found it online.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from, but I know that I should not be near an open flame.
Right. Exactly.
But to your point, we were down for the AFC Championship. I had to go back to Union Station for the Super Bowl,
right?
Because of the new verbiage that's out there and all that.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. This coat was magical. I mean, there was one gentleman, I thought he was going to cry when he's like, man, I love that coat. And he was in front of me in the line. I'm like, well, I started taking it off. I gave it to him. He's like, what are you talking about?
Oh, there's a woman at
I was
Union.
like, you can take your picture in it. And he was like, oh my gosh.
What? There was a woman at Union Station was about to give birth, and she said, can I just give birth? Can my baby be delivered in your jacket? And I just thought that was odd to me. I mean, I mean, it's a great jacket. It's fantastic, but
when you've had a year like this, all things are possible.
Oh, my gosh,
I was honored to have the birth on the jacket.
Right.
Really.
Oh, my gosh. Well, and you talk about different things going on in your family. I do another show called The National Defense, and it's dedicated to active duty military veterans and their families. And you can find it at nationaldefensenetwork.com. And we have a thing that we roll out every week called 60 Seconds of Service, okay? It's on 300 stations. It's a 1-minute daily feature and talks about veterans and what people are doing in their community and things like that. Well, it's interesting because this week, your wife was involved in one of the 60 seconds of service. Andy, do you
really?
60 seconds of service.
Yeah. This 60 seconds of service is presented by T-Mobile, a nationally recognized military-friendly employer and official sponsor of National Defense Network. To learn more about their exclusive discounts for military and veteran families, visit t-mobile.com today.
The residents that greet you at the Veterans Community Project may not walk on 2 feet. They may walk on all 4. There's a lot of veterans that prefer to stay on the streets instead of leaving their animal behind, said Kelly Seward, the Director of Communications for the Kansas City-based nonprofit. The Veterans Community Project is dedicated to moving homeless veterans off the streets. The organization owns a village of tiny homes that houses veterans free of charge and without a deadline to move out. At the Veterans Community Project, the barriers for entry are low. Having fewer hurdles to access the program is crucial for VCP, which welcomes all veterans regardless of their discharge status, the branch they served in, or whether they have a furry four-legged pal. Right. How about that?
Man.
On 300 stations around the country.
Randy. Just a huge hug, buddy. That's incredible.
I mean,
they do incredible work.
Incredible work.
You've developed the USO of radio.
It is.
What a platform.
But I still have a little bit of a problem with tiny houses for veterans. Don't they deserve a regular-sized house? I mean, these are guys that they're fully grown human beings. Can't they have a regular-sized house?
That's a great question.
Why
You
don't
know
you
what
talk
they
to
do?
Kelly?
You know what they do?
They do?
They do. Well,
These
hold on a minute.
these are tiny
Hold on.
houses.
They are. It's a tiny village with brand new everything, and when they leave, they get to take everything.
I'm this big.
You've seen.
I'm this big.
You've seen Patrick Mahomes out there painting.
Yes.
Anthony Sherman. That was
It
his
takes
big
a
project
second
forever.
to paint one of those tiny houses.
It does. But so it's just But the reality. So one of these days, we need to have on your show one of the graduates that's left the community project.
That's
that
good.
His life has transformed.
Oh,
He's
he could hop right up here and just
graduated
hi
from
there.
college with honors.
Right.
But anyway.
No, they do a great job. VCP.
Great job.
And is it
Randy.
VCP.org?
Yeah, our veteranscommunityproject.org.
Okay. All right, let's get back to the Chiefs because the other huge deal that happened was a parade, of course, and Tech Nine's down there. Everybody's doing their thing, and then you see the national anthem, and this beautiful woman pops out, and she sings this wonderful version of the national anthem, and I go,
You talk about an MVP.
oh, I go, that's Casi. That's Casi Joy. And there's no announcement. There's no graphic under her name. And everybody, afterwards is going, who was this? It's Casi Joy. And Casi Joy is here with us again. RandyMillerRadio.com.
Hey!
Wow. Okay, number one, how did that feel? You're performing in front of 1 million people.
Yeah, I my one eye is tearing up thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just one though.
You just had the one eye, the one working one.
Yeah. No, it was such an incredible experience. I mean, I feel like I have regrets. Like I super want to go back and do it again because I don't feel like I was in the moment.
Oh, come on.
And I feel like I blacked out. Like I'm like that. I guess my 90 seconds are up. I just don't even remember it.
Really?
And I just
Really?
sang my song.
Well,
yeah.
Listen, if you need any further proof, let me take you back just a little clip of this
good.
unbelievable performance by Casi Joy. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Andy,
And I'm like, why didn't they announce me?
wait a minute, Andy.
Randy,
That's not the.
What was that?
Give me the real Casi Joy. Oh yeah. Wow. 1 million people. 1 million people saying.
Goosebumps,
So
Cassie.
crazy.
How was that? Oh, so good. So
Thank
good.
you so much.
When was the last time you practiced that before you sang it live?
This was actually the first time that I had practiced the anthem in a long time.
Yeah.
Usually I do the anthem a lot for the Royals, and I've done it for the Chiefs a couple times,
right.
and Sporting and the Current.
Right.
And this time I was like, let's actually think about this one. Let's really, I feel like this is a moment of any that I should maybe break it down a little.
Right.
And
Okay.
Yeah, and then all of that, of course, goes out the window when you're in front of 1 million people.
Right. But at least, you're talking about you had the good weather. You had the good weather this year, which is
as
so
good
nice.
as you can ask for February.
Yes,
I mean,
right.
Couldn't get better.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so good. Did you hear from any of your voice people after that? Because they had to know about that. They had to see that.
I will check the mail, but I have not.
Do the voice people never talk after you leave? You never hear from them?
The way that the seasons work out, like by the time you're in the live rounds, the coaches are doing blind auditions for the next season already. Sure. So it's so fast paced, and kind of the way that it looks with reality TV is that you're always in the living room at their house and you're FaceTiming and you're best friends. And it's not quite how it works out.
Right.
Yeah.
How about Blake Shelton leaving?
Crazy.
Huh?
I'm really interested to see. I mean, we all knew this was coming. He'd been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
But
he's been doing it forever.
Mm-hmm. Since the beginning.
Well, and I think the way that worked out was they were going to book him for one season, and they said, well, let's give this country guy a shot. And he was so good, they said, no, you can't leave. Mm-hmm. And he didn't until 14 seasons or something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And so now the two OGs are gone. Blake and Adam. Adam's been gone. And
right.
So I'm curious to see how the show will even look. I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so speaking of Kansas City and The Voice, and Casi being the legendary one that kicked it all off.
Right.
I have to tell you.
And by the way, where's your water tower?
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've been waiting for a water tower.
Tate Stevens has a water tower in Belton.
As he should.
But
also, where's my water?
Exactly. Exactly.
No, I got a key to the city, though. And the mayor told me it does open a bottle of beer. And so I don't think the water tower's going to, I can't bring my water bottle and get a refill at the water tower.
The sad news is it's bottled in Brush Creek. Right. That's the only bad news. But
So right now, well, I guess we'll find out. You know the inside scoop. There's not much we can say about it, but I've got a friend that his daughter, I'll just say Kate Casantino's her name, is right now auditioning, saying on her Facebook page, stay tuned, I may be on, I may have a chair turn.
They call that the green light.
Yeah.
You got the green light from the PR of the show.
Okay.
You can announce. This has been probably like 2 months now that she's been sitting on this information and only telling close friends and family and anybody at the bar that cares to know.
So she can say, hey, stay tuned.
Yeah, something might have happened. But once you get to post the graphic of the I auditioned and all the voice, all that.
Yeah, her post was like a million things of, will a chair get turned around?
Yeah.
Will I even make the audition? If I am, will I advance? What team will I be on?
Right.
All that kind of stuff. So anyway, I did send her a message. I said, ironically, Casi Joy is in the studio tonight.
Oh.
We send you love, Kansas City. Good luck. So
hashtag chair turn.
Yes. Yep. Hashtag the voice.
Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, that's so exciting. I didn't know that. I didn't know you had. And what's her name again?
Kate Casantino. So her dad,
Constantino?
Steve Casantino.
So he's a mobster. Is he in a mob?
Well,
is he in a mob?
Do you think it's funny?
Is he in a mob or does he have a price chopper?
Right.
Which one of those? Hey, that'd be a fun game to play. Mob or price chopper?
That actually is genius.
Yeah, we should do that.
And I'm going to probably be absent for that show. You and Casi got that one.
So what have you been up to? I know you got some new music, and I just listened to a couple of songs today. Under the Hood.
Yeah.
Which is a great song.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been out for almost a month now. And just so proud of that song and just getting it out there. And I feel like my songwriting lately has become more real and raw and just kind of like F it. Like I have things I have to get off my chest and I'm going to say it in the most real way possible. And
well, those are the greatest songs, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The business of breaking up, that was news to your husband.
Right. Yeah. He's still, we're still waiting on, he's in the studio. The guy doesn't listen to my Spotify.
He doesn't understand.
He hasn't even heard it.
Don't you get the hint?
It's cheaper to stay together.
That's true. That's true. That's absolutely true. I always wonder about Mormons. It's so expensive.
Right? But one wife, can you believe?
Right?
Two?
Oh, 8.
Yeah.
Polygamy.
Yeah.
So when you guys travel, do you still have the bus? You still have the RV?
Yes, as long as Bri will drive it.
Yes.
Yeah. Last summer, we had a crazy tour schedule. We got to do Gulf Coast Jam with Florida Georgia Line.
Oh,
and
wow.
Windstock with Tim McGraw and Jake Owen. And like just like the biggest shows and festivals that we've gotten to be a part of so far.
Congratulations. That's great.
Thank you.
That's great.
And what made it even better was having the bus for those moments where it's not like we're rolling up in a Subaru and like 12 band members
jumping out,
peel themselves off each other.
Guy on the roof.
Yeah, like we got to park right next to Brett Young's bus and we're like, sup, brother?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because you've got it's a Class A, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
diesel.
Diesel. Yeah, that's a very nice one. And then it also gives you some place for downtime, right?
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
What's cool.
Yeah, and that's one of the best things about like this past summer and the crazy schedule was like we were having to be there for like 12 to 16 hours at shows and it'd be like 90 degrees out even in Minnesota in the summer, and like the bus was just such a godsend to have AC and my hair straightener, the frizz. It was not happening for me.
Oh, you get to bring your hair straightener with you. Good,
yes.
Good.
Yes.
Was he available for every festival?
Yeah, the hair straightener is also Brian.
Well, now what when you're in a festival like that with a Tim McGraw or some of those names, how does that work for you in terms of you got people that are there for Tim McGraw and some other bands? Maybe they haven't heard of you. Do they give you a fair shake? How does that work?
I feel like that's something really special about country music is that it's very open and it's always welcoming. And like country music is so diverse within its own genre that, you could come out with like country rock or country pop or folk country or indie country.
Right.
I don't know if that's real.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt so cool to get to go to those festivals and, I'm expecting like crickets. And, we still had an amazing turnout and, I'm on the Jumbotron. So I keep like walking the catwalk and I'm looking back and I'm like, oh my God, there I am. Mom, are you getting this? Get a selfie.
That's right. That's so. What was the best one for you? The best festival?
Probably Gulf Coast Jam in Panama City. Yeah. It was just crazy. And we got there early. Well, poor Bri. This was the worst one for Bri. We did bring the bus to Florida.
Yeah.
We, meaning only Brian, drove it 17 hours from Kansas City.
Gosh.
And we sometimes don't trust the joyride. And so we decided how about Brian drives by himself in this untrustworthy steel box.
Right.
And how about the band, my family, and myself fly?
Sure.
And so we did. And then
Diva.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got a little something.
Brian's flipping me off in the background right now. Or maybe that's a pointer. Like
I think it is a pointer. Yeah, number one.
Yeah, number one.
Yes.
But yeah, so we got to get there a couple days early. We're just like chilling on the beach.
Would you hurry?
Yeah.
Brian.
I'm like, Brian.
Come on. Oh, that's pretty cool, though.
And so are the drums
stories.
and everything in your bus then to get it down there?
Luckily, like for those bigger festivals, everything's backlined, so we're not having to bring all this stuff.
Right.
And so my bed isn't full of, usually if we have to bring drums, that's my bed.
Right.
It's just guitars this tall, the drums are on it, and I'm like, I just washed the computer.
Cassie's in a snare again.
Yeah.
Well, now when you so you travel like that and you go through a different type of situation when you're traveling like that. I know because I have an RV. When you get to a Buc-ee's, have you been to a Buc-ee's yet?
I don't think we have officially.
You would know.
Yeah, no, I don't think we have.
So do you know about Buc-ee's?
I do know about it, but I'm with Cassie.
Isn't Kansas City getting one or something?
Springfield.
Yeah. I've not made a Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is like the gladiator of gas stations. It's not even fair to call it a gas station. I mean, they've got 200 bays for you to get gas, but they also sell very, very fresh burnt ends that they're making in the store. It's unbelievable. I mean, you can go in there and buy anything. I bought.
Yeah, my friends wear merch all the time. I'm like, why are you always in a Buc-ee's t-shirt?
Right. I bought a car there. I mean, you can do. Buc-ee's is huge.
Yeah.
And they've got. I mean, I enjoy a very nice bathroom situation.
Oh, same.
Now, Buc-ee's has individual stall, like
do they do the heated seat?
Well, they usually are heated by the time we get in there.
I don't know how I feel about
Eddie hops up.
It's pretty hot. So
you have no
it
idea.
was pretty warm.
So yeah, I guess we don't know the answer to that, Cassie. But
it could have been from Patrick or the Buc-ee's. We don't know.
But it is. I mean, they are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get there in an RV, you will want to stay. You will stay there a few hours.
Yeah.
Because it's just.
Well, we went to the what's the big like I-80 one?
Yeah, I've been there. I-80, the largest truck stop in the world.
Killer.
Right.
It's got like 3 semis inside of it, and a movie theater, a chiropractor.
What?
Yeah.
A truck museum in the back
You can get your hair cut. Yeah. Make custom T-shirts. There's a screen printer. Yeah. You can adopt a child. Like, it's just emancipate yourself. There's a whole
child. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We got our kitten.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
That's where I got Brian.
That's right.
Hey.
Oh man, but I mean, you know, when you're on the road like that, you appreciate things, right?
The good gas stops are just the ones with dog parks.
Oh,
bless you.
Now,
bless you.
Did I know you have a dog?
Yes, you did.
I got 2 of them.
Okay, and what do you have?
I have a Chihuahua Pomeranian.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Yes.
Danny boy.
Right. You carry in your pocket.
Then, yes,
right.
He's back here.
Right.
And I have a pit bull crazy mutt mix.
That's what I have.
Her name is Tuna Fish.
Tuna Fish.
Yeah, but you have to say it in a Russian accent. Tuna Fish.
Tuna Fish.
Yeah, that
Tuna
fish.
Tuna.
Yeah. She is a very good fish.
Can a fish sing?
I can see that being a song.
Yeah.
I can see that,
Maybe it'll be coming out.
kind of down the road.
But you happen to be kind of close to a couple.
I do, yeah. I've got we
like
had
that.
2, yeah, and they're just they're knuckleheads and they have to do everything. My one dog is OCD, so if he does something one time, one way, he has to do it every time the same
I was
way.
going to make a joke about that,
No.
but that's real.
Oh, that is
He's
real.
like, oop, touch the light bolt. Like,
No.
I better touch it 3 more
Here's
times.
the thing, Randy.
Did I check the lock? I don't know.
Absolutely. I
It's
just
not called OCD, by the way, when you're like that. It's
What?
CDO, because it's got to be in alphabetical order.
yeah, yeah, really.
CDO.
Oh my gosh! I mean, we'll go out to do the frisbee, and he'll be like, "Okay, catch frisbee, touch ground, got to do that. Do, paw out here, back." I mean, he's everything the same every single time.
Well, how interesting that you noticed that too.
Well,
I mean, it's hard to notice those weird things about our weird animals.
I have to notice it because he wants it the same time, every time.
It's like Walmart 318.
Yeah,
Remember that Rain Man?
That's what he was. He's like Wapner.
Yep.
Wapner coming
Yep.
up. Yeah. Now, do you guys watch a lot of movies on the road when you're out? What do you do? How do you kill the time?
Oh, we do play a lot of the Switch.
What is
I
that?
love
don't know the
it's
Switch.
the new kids' Nintendo.
Ah, okay.
And I love
Okay.
me some Mario and some
Right.
Donkey Kong.
Some
things
Donkey. Oh,
for
really?
Children.
That's pretty good.
And
Kick Brian's ass.
yeah, oh yeah, I do. That's why he doesn't want to play with
Yeah.
me
Is that right?
because
Okay, he's agreeing.
yeah. He's wanting to get me to play Call of Duty and stuff. I'm like, no, that's too hard, but I will destroy you in Donkey Kong.
You know, Brian, there's some wisdom there. How to make love last a lifetime.
That's right.
Oops, I lost again.
Oh, I lost again.
Dang it,
Well,
Bowser.
Hey, we played Boggle the other night, my wife and I.
Boggle.
Pretty big
Why
for-
does I feel like that?
Have you ever
rings
played
a bell.
Boggle?
Which one is that?
It's
that with the
squares, letters, and you have to make words out of the letters, and she despises it. And so I made her play it. And what she does is on Boggle, she makes up a word like she knows it's not a word, but then she makes me look it up, and invariably it's a word.
You know?
It can be like, it's a Greek platinum siding.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah. And we got to count that.
Yep. In the dark web's dictionary, it is a word.
So we understand that there may be some new music coming out from Casi Joy.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, have we not had the privilege over the years of some
man.
big Casi Joy
Yeah.
announcements?
I
And
kind of spill the
moments.
tea with you
And
guys all the
moments.
time.
And moments. Because I'll tell you this, still one of the most viewed videos we have is the one with you and Sarah Morgan.
Yeah.
That was
totally impromptu.
Oh, I know.
Sarah, I think, was sick. She's like, no, I
Yeah,
can't do
she
it.
was
I
just
don't wanna do
popping in the studio for a
Right.
second. And we're like, get in here.
Get in here. Yeah.
We never gave her headphones.
No.
So there was that.
No. And it was phenomenal.
It was.
Yep.
Incredible.
I think we
Yeah.
did it in a man key. But it was perfect for Sarah if she was sick. That's the best
That's
key.
right.
Is the
That's
men's
right.
It's been
key.
viewed a million times, and I bet half of it's me. I still love to go back
Have you played with
Angel
her?
Montgomery.
Have you ever played with her on a show?
I haven't since the Knuckleheads Garage opening.
Okay.
So,
All right.
gosh, maybe like 8 years
Forever.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. But now you've got you might have this new album coming out.
Yeah.
Right.
So, since I pretty much announce everything with you guys, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Which
so-
you should.
I'm going to be having my very first full original album coming out March 31st.
I didn't realize that was your very first full. Okay,
Yeah,
I get
so
it now.
it's-
Okay, so it's all original.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's confusing because I've put out 2 other full original EPs, Love on Repeat and The Bright
right,
Side.
Right.
And then I have the cover album and the Christmas album. But I had been really like just sinking my claws into like never let it go until it's ready with the full album.
Let me ask you about that. Okay, when you're recording, is it ever over? Is it ever over? Are you one of those people that are like, okay, everybody's done at the end of the day, and you go,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely one of those
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
I always, anytime we get back and I like hear the final mix of the song, I'm always like, I should have pushed myself harder vocally, or I'll come up with a different like ad lib at the end. I'm like,
Right.
well, I guess it'll just be for the live version. And yeah,
Right.
but it's hard to know.
but it
when
has to
it's
be done at some point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm working on the physical artwork of the CD because I really like to just be
that's
completely
cool.
involved with everything. And I'm like freak out about other people like editing my pictures or messing with stuff. And I'm like
Right.
super not a graphic designer, but here I am. Here we are.
I know what I'd like.
A lot of Googling,
Yeah.
YouTube University.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just messing with that. And it's been done for 3 days. And I just keep going back and staring at it. And I'm like, is that, I don't know. Is that how you spell my name?
Right.
Like, it's
Right.
just,
There's a little CDO right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Well, you know, we talked about that little video I saw of you, The Business of Breaking Up, and you're playing the piano, and you said that was actually at Park University, huh?
Mm.
Alma mater. And,
Yes.
And it was funny how you found that. You're like Googling, where can I find a piano?
Yeah, it was like a couple days before the video shoot. And this is how it always happens for me. And so I never learned my lesson with procrastination because it works out in the end. And so then I don't learn.
That's what I say.
Nobody gives me consequences
Yeah.
yet. Don't start, universe. Don't start. I'm thankful. But yeah, this one, we're like 2 days from the video. And I was like, Google image, Kansas City, grand piano, beautiful. And Park University's, room shows
Pops up.
the chapel.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, of course, the chapel. I went there for classes.
Now, so at that point, do you call Park University and you go, I'm coming?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, hey, emergency. Immediately need your help.
Right.
they
Lorraine
get it.
Moore, shout out to Lorraine Moore. I was like, Lorraine, your girl's got a problem. I need a grand piano and I need to look beautiful
Yeah.
tomorrow.
She's like,
And
we've got you.
Yeah, she got a chain going of like 20 people from Park. They're messaging Steinway because I'm trying to finally use my freaking fog machine that I bought.
Ah!
Wanted it for Census Fail. We couldn't get it to work. Then we got it for Business of Breaking Up. And Park University called Steinway. They're like, hey, Mr. Way, can I call you Stein?
That's right.
And they're like, can we use a fog machine? And they were like, in no universe ever
Right.
can you do that.
Oh,
and so, yeah.
seriously?
Yeah. No moisture near that thing. It was like
Wow.
$200,000.
Yeah.
I have that rule at home,
like-
no moisture near the thing.
Yeah.
But we don't have a Steinway.
Just in general.
So, but you have to, you have to, what if you don't tell them?
See, Randy,
I don't have the $200,000, despite what Google thinks my net worth is.
Right.
It's not true.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, Park trusts Casi to begin with, that she's even touching the Steinway where maybe you and I are. But I will tell you this about Park University. It's not surprising that you're playing that Steinway there. But I attended Carnegie Hall and listened to Stanislav from Park University perform.
Yep.
And he performs on the Steinway at Park. He's a gold medal winning.
They have the biggest people.
Park. This is where Casi goes.
Yeah, and it's such a hidden gem of the crazy instrumentalists. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Park's
and that was the
that.
same piano.
Yep. So hopefully it made me better.
That's pretty cool. So you did that at Park, and then there's a few songs out there already. Now, are those songs on the new album?
Yes, and then there is a plethora of new ones.
Yeah. Could you maybe grace us with one of your new ones?
Sure.
Oh, I'd love to hear that. All right, so Casi, what do we have here?
So I wasn't super prepared to play one of the new ones, but in my impulsiveness, I'm going to do a really emotional one.
Good.
Why not? We're having wine.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, it's Arrowhead Red.
Yes.
Arrowhead Red.
Red Kingdom Red. That's what they should have called it.
I know.
Red Kingdom Red.
It's certainly not Burrowhead Red.
It would have been Red Kingdom Red when you're doing the anthem for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
All right. So what's give us kind of the background of this?
Yeah. So this one is called "Hey Dad," and you can probably guess what it's about.
You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me.
When I tell you this was a hard song to write, I wrote it with Deanna Walker out in Nashville, and I had this "Hey Dad" idea to give her. And it's because it's this whole long inside story with my dad of he was messaging something important to his dad, my grandpa, and just kept saying, "Hey, Dad," and rereading this letter to us. And he's like, "Okay, hang on, I made a change. Okay, hey, Dad." And so now it's become this joke of like, "Hey, Dad."
Oh,
hey,
that's
Dad.
cool. That's funny. That's funny.
But I took it a little deeper with this one, and just being a daddy's girl.
Yep.
All my life, I've never really told him that, and so this was my time that I could do that.
Okay.
Hey Dad, what a memory. Just found a note that you wrote to me from my lunchbox back in 3rd grade. Hey honey, hope you have a great day. Flashback to a simple time, hair in the breeze, teaching me to ride on that pink bike in the summer sun. You were running and cheering like a stadium. When you let go, I didn't know we both got a little older. I thought that I'd spend my whole life riding on your shoulders. Hey Dad, maybe I've been missing waking up, seeing you in the kitchen, making jokes just to hear you laugh. Wish I could frame that sound like a photograph, 'cause time passes faster than a birthday. Pencil marks faded on the door frame remind me of the time we had and all the days we won't get back. Hey Dad. Hey Dad, I need for you to know you've always been like a superhero in my mind. Now I realize in all my years I've never seen you cry. Well, you were carrying the world, we both got a little older. But you taught me to share the weight, so put some on my shoulders. Hey Dad, maybe you've been missing someone just to sit and listen and make a joke just to hear you laugh. Wish I could frame that sound like a photograph, 'cause time passes faster than a birthday. Pencil marks faded on the door frame remind me of the time we had and all the days we won't get back. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Oh, wow. How about them Chiefs? Oh, wow.
I should disconnect myself for that one. I haven't played that one out yet.
That is so great.
Thank you. Love you, Dad.
I mean,
Wine and wine.
so my daughter's getting married in May. And
I'm so glad you didn't tell me that before I just sang that.
oh,
I would have been a ball.
well, and I've officiated probably 30 weddings in my life.
Wow.
And about 20 of them at the edge of hell. We had a promotion called Weddings from the Edge of Hell, and I did 20 of them there.
Figuratively or
Literally.
at the 12th Street?
Well, no,
Okay.
Well, no, I'm kind of with Casi. Help us with this one.
Good point.
Or at the cross street.
And so I offered to officiate her wedding.
You don't want to do that.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
She said, Dad, you won't make it through.
Mm-hmm.
I won't make it through.
And then you'll be weird and stiff so that you don't cry.
Right.
And it's so annoying when the men don't cry.
Oh.
It's the worst.
Well, you don't have to worry about that with me. I'm like the dropping of a napkin.
I mean, you'd be
Oh, my
great, but it's
gosh.
also nice to be present, not
Right.
have
Right. Yeah. So I'm the maid of honor.
Perfect.
But what a great song.
Thank you so
It's
much.
so good, Casi.
Thank you.
So that's on the new album.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yep.
I mean,
excited
I
about
could
that
see
one.
that. Oh, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's such a great song.
I almost put it out right before Father's Day last year. It was ready, but we had kind of been in talks of this album and everything, and I was like as much as I'm impulsive and I just want to go right now.
That's me. It's done. Let's get it out there.
That's what I did with Everything's Fine. I was supposed to be recording a totally different song the next day, and I had a co-write for Everything's Fine, and I was like, well, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I texted my producer, and I was like, we're doing this song tomorrow instead. And
Now, who's your producer?
Mark Lonsway. I use three guys that kind of work as a team of three. I call them the dream team. Mark Lonsway, David Dorn, and Justin Ostrander.
And where do you record?
In Nashville.
Which studio?
At Farmland Studios.
Okay. You know Blackbird Studios?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Studio B.
That's actually where my daughter recorded an album last year.
What?
Yeah. Blackbird. We went down there and got to sit in on a couple of sessions.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a historic.
Yeah, it is.
Place.
They have like a custom reverb area. Or
yes.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I Googled it. I haven't stepped foot in there. I don't have the money for that.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
Randy, to Cassie's point, could you imagine Charlesy recording this song and sitting on it for a year?
No. Well, no.
Well,
you didn't sit on it with your family.
No.
Wow.
But honestly, when I co-wrote this song with Deanna Walker, I brought this idea with her in, and I was like, I just have a lot of things that I really need to say to my dad, and it just needs to look like the note that he wrote in my lunchbox, and we're off to the races at that.
That was quick.
Yeah. And she had her father was suffering in health. At that time, he's older. And so we both, I think she had mentioned something about oh, hang on, my dad might come over and I have to take care of him. And I was like, I have a song I want to ask if you would write it with me. It's Hey Dad.
Oh, wow.
And oh my gosh, we sobbed. I mean, puffy red faces.
Sure.
We were from the Goonies by the end of this song, right?
Soup faces.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be I would be like, oh, Deanna, what if it was, and then we'd look at each other and just, I mean, it was such a mess.
How about when Dad gave me the kitten?
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even like cats. Yeah. It was just such a blubbering mess. And then when I played it for my family, I
Tell me about that.
I hadn't even told my parents that I wrote the song.
Okay.
And I'm at their house in Kansas City. We're back in town from Nash, and I am just like pacing the house like a weirdo because I knew the time was like I wanted to play this for them, and I had my speaker charged, and I'm like walking around all weird with my like little Bluetooth speaker.
Well, it's like you're going to propose to somebody.
Yeah.
That same type of thing.
Like this is the closest to what I have felt of that.
Right.
And my mom says like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just
so weird.
just thinking about like a song line that I am working
Get off the
on."
crack pipe.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. And then finally I was like, okay, so I wrote a song and just like played it and like didn't say, oh, I think I said like, Dad, happy birthday, because it was his birthday that was coming up. And I was like, Dad, happy birthday. Get me out of here. And my mom had a literal towel over her face because Kleenexes weren't working. So she's like just full waterboarding herself, basically.
And what'd your dad say?
So I actually just played him and my mom the masters. So they only heard that version.
Right.
That is not what the full record version
That version is
like.
good enough for me.
Thank you.
I love this version.
But I finally played them the real one, and it's been like 4 days since I just played it for them, and they're still not ready to hear it again.
How bad. That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And
That's so
they're
wonderful.
on a beach somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
My manager. Is she still my manager? That's a question. Maybe not. There's a new manager in town.
She is. So I have an actual real life manager. With Gold Mountain Entertainment.
Right.
But there's still, we got
You can't get rid of Mom.
No, you'll never get rid of the momager or the gramager.
That's it. I mess that up every time.
Momager, that's
But
right.
guys, the gramager is worse. She'll be like, she's got the wrong address on her website for that Wisconsin show. And
Do you really want to use that picture, Casi?
Yeah. She's like, probably could have pushed away from the table on that one, but no.
Now see, when I think of that, I think of my daughter, but I think that my dad, who lives in Tennessee, lives in Knoxville, and he has that accent. He does this after every says and I told him the other day. He said, I have trouble sleeping, and I said, well, Dad, Tylenol PM. Why don't you try some Tylenol PM? And he goes, I never tried it. I said, I know. Why don't you try it? Try one. Take one. And so
Call me in the morning.
Yeah, I talked to him the next day. I said, so Dad, did you take it? I took it. I said, how'd it work? And he goes, I ain't taking that no more. I said, what was the deal? He goes, I lost the whole night. I go, you lost the whole night? That's the purpose. That's the idea.
That's the sweetest thing I've ever
You're
heard.
welcome.
Oh.
I lost. Dad, what are you doing in the middle of the night? Are you helping people?
You know what, though? I have been feeling that lately. Brian, listen to this. There's some substance. There's some somethingance.
There's some somethingance
to this. But I have been waking up at like 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, 3, 4, whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, FOMO. I'm like, I'm bored. I'm missing out on something. And I'm like, I need to find a new murder show, and I need to eat half of this bag of pretzels. And like, I'm so tired.
Wait.
I could go right back to bed.
I was going to say, and then you do that, and then you go back to sleep?
Yeah, it's not even like I'm getting up to pee, and that's like what made me wake up. It's like I wake up and I'm like, a show isn't being watched, and these pretzels ain't gonna eat themselves. And I just like go into like rage binge shows and food. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I feel your dad's pain.
It was just so funny. I mean, I'm like, well, Dad, what did you think was going to? I missed a whole night. Right. You had so many things to do. Well, he's the same guy. I sent him a picture of my daughter. And I said, Dad, you get the picture of Charleston? He said, yeah, I got it. He said, it looks just like her. And I go, right, because it is her. I mean, it literally is her. Yeah, you get a lot of that in Tennessee. You get a lot of guys that just go,
So Casi, I love that Randy always just says, you pick the song that you feel. You have to do another song for us, hopefully. But I got to tell you, Randy, you don't need to play this, but what I'm hearing in my heart after that song is Namaste. I need a relief. Something. Maybe that didn't make the thing tonight. But
let me ask you a question. So I think I need a song that has a little cajon to it. I mean, because Michael just accidentally brought his cajon with him.
A little cajone.
Yes. And if you...
I didn't even think you'd see it.
I
Is
mean,
it noticeable?
I mean, Casi fell over it.
That?
My cajon?
If you would favor us... is there something that could involve the cajon?
Sure.
Are you asking me to play cajon and maybe I could have Casi just fill in a little bit with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little cajon solo, and Casi, you just jump in wherever.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I'm really good at ad-libbing on the guitar.
That was the other thing. I was talking to my dad the other day, and I said he loves the Gaithers, loves the Gaithers. And I said, I was just listening to a Gaither song. I said, I love this song.
Greatly blessed.
That's it. In full. That was it.
Yeah. Highly favored.
And I'm saying, and my dad goes, I love that song. He said, boy, you just like me, though. You can't carry a tune. I'm just telling you the song, Dad.
Oh, Casi, I almost hate to admit this. I've dabbled in some different bands, but there was a while. I kid you not. I was in a little church group, and we were doing a Gaither vocal band tribute band. Did I ever tell you that, Randy?
No.
My wife was like, "Are you kidding me?" Sometimes we'd wear the matching white shirts with the black vests all together. Sometimes we might have the burgundy polo shirt, khaki pants on all together.
Oh,
it was
man. Wow.
Bless my wife's heart.
Believe me, we'll be doing a podcast on it.
Blessed.
Yes. Imperfect but forgiven.
Like
child.
Russ Taff was in there. I mean,
Larry Gatlin did this song. Larry Gatlin did this song. So I'm interviewing Larry Gatlin on second week of March. We've had him on a few times, and that guy is crazy. I mean, he goes off on some political
with a K
rants.
That scares me. Don't get me into that topic.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Oh, good. Hey, that's the way to be.
Yeah.
Just free hugs. We got enough peace in this world.
Right.
Yep.
No, he's man. But he's Larry Gatlin. They had a. Did you know they had a place in Myrtle Beach for a while? A theater in Myrtle Beach. The Gatlin brothers had a.
Oh.
Yeah, in Myrtle Beach, just like the Branson South, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Branson of Branson.
right, exactly.
Branson is. It's Branson.
It's Branson.
It is Branson.
Yeah. What are the? What's that big show down there? The like the Knucklehead Boys or.
The Hobnobbers?
Yes!
Knobnosters. Or Knobfudrucker. Or Knobfudders.
And Dixie Stampede.
And Dixie Stampede. The Fuddruckers. Or the... Come on,
Andy.
The Knobnosters.
Turn it on.
Is that not it?
Yeah, that's
Knobnosters.
All right, we're talking about places in Branson, and what is it? The Knobnosters?
Yeah,
No,
probably.
It's the Fuddruckers.
The Fudnobsters.
The Fuddnobsters.
The fun suckers.
Yeah, the fun suckers.
That's actually what it should.
Don't go to a show, ride the go-karts. Stupid.
We used to take at Q104 when Branson Airlines.
What?
Don't you start.
What?
Branson Airlines was
not
a thing.
Trusted. Have we seen what happened with the ducks? No, thank you on Branson Airlines.
And you would never trust Branson Airlines because it flew in. We would take a group of listeners every month to the Wayne Newton Theater in Branson, Missouri. And here's how the plane came in. I kid you not, because we had to land at a college. Okay, it was a Christian college landing strip, and it wasn't long enough, really.
Yeah,
for,
that's the
for
College
a
of
landing
the
strip.
Ozarks. That's awesome.
School. Oh yeah,
it's a great,
niece
fantastic,
almost went there.
Fantastic school, small landing strip.
Okay,
so you would come in.
Maybe they should have told the pilot, no, you're coming in the wrong way. It's this way.
Oh no, here we're doing fine.
So much.
Boom! And so after the first time that I thought I had a heart attack, then I could scare the other passengers. And so I would get on the microphone as we're coming in for a landing, and I'd go, oh no. And then he would land like that, and everybody would panic. But we would go to the Wayne Newton Theater, and usually Wayne was there. One time Diamond Rio was there, and it was a good show.
Saw them at the Opry my first time.
Is that right?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
First time.
Yeah, first time.
Diamond Rio.
Oh, my brother's.
Did he behave himself with Renee? Was Renee with you at that time?
No,
Okay,
Wayne
good.
Newton kissed me on the cheek, because what he would do is at the end of the show, ladies would line up for Wayne to kiss him on the cheek, and I got in line, and he did his part and just kissed me around the cheek. And
Hashtag Branson.
I mean, it was
love the one you're with, Randy.
It was a long night. Anyway, so what are you doing now?
I don't know. What is him? What?
You never know.
What is Branson? Branson's most favorite song, Namaste.
Oh, no.
Oh, you've left your hole.
We're back.
You left your hole. Hey,
You left your hole.
And by the way, don't try to kid me about namaste, because I know what that means in yoga. So don't think I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I knew you knew.
Okay.
Randy knows a little downward dog.
I do.
Warrior pose.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's a warrior.
Thank you. Yes.
A little child's pose.
Oh, well.
Probably his favorite one.
If you need me. Sure. Right.
All right. Here is
I'm just
Namaste.
going to watch your eyebrows if I come in whenever, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. I just got bangs.
Less is more. Do I let you come in for a little bit and I'll pipe
Less is more, and then I'll be the more is more. Yeah. No, you do your thing.
Do you?
Rock it out.
Don't do a lot of your thing. I mean, do some of your thing.
Trust me, I know Randy.
I get the dog, get the fancy whiskey, but we agreed to split the bar up 50-50. For me that's alright, 'cause it's a Friday night, and I get the first and third of the month, so it's my right. Until you walked right in my line of sight, low-key trying to pick a fight. I could wish you well, walk away, be all namaste. Namaste right here and drink this beer. There ain't nothing but goodbye for you here. You can turn around, 'cause I'm not walking away. Namaste right here, finish this beer, so you can go ahead and disappear. If you're thinking I'm a buckle boy, bye, not today. 'Cause namaste. Find a pub down the street, somewhere that ain't mine, because the bartender never really liked your kind. The kind that likes to cheat, no tipping deadbeat. Kind of mistake a good girl makes, then never repeat. I'd like to tell your friend with the big rear end, you're just in it for a one-night stand. Or I could wish you well, walk away, be all namaste. But namaste right here and drink this beer. There ain't nothing but goodbye for you here. You can turn around, 'cause I'm not walking away. Namaste right here, finish this beer, so you can go ahead and disappear. If you're thinking I'm a buckle boy, bye, not today. It's not namaste.
Great. That was great.
Well, I'm going to stay right here and listen to Casi on Randy Miller Radio.
Oh, my God.
My newest joy boy, Mr. Michael here.
So speaking of joy boys, that leads me to another scenario. So you're playing all these places. You're playing in Nashville. You're playing at festivals. How many guys do you get that come up and just go, "I want to marry you"?
Oh, the list is just
no. Come on. I'm serious. I know you got that.
Honestly, it is very, very slim. I feel like it has a little something to do with the 6'5", 300-pound linebacker that follows me.
Right.
It's not by his choice.
Right.
I like force him to
but
be
enough
with
about
me.
George Karlaftis. I mean, the fact,
Furious George.
I mean, you got to have those
looking for a fight, Bri.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
No, honestly, I feel like Bri is sometimes more the main attraction than I am because he is just everybody's brother. He'll be your sister.
Right.
He'll be your best friend.
He said he would be your sister.
He'll pick you up from jail. Yeah. He's just the best of the best.
Yeah.
And people read that immediately. And I am more of the hide in the corner, introverted. And so, I don't get a lot of the big mama or whatever is said in the DMs.
I don't know. They usually start with Big Mama.
Nobody is sliding into my DMs. I'm offended.
Hello, Big Mama.
Yeah.
Hi, Casi. Can I put my arm around you?
Yeah.
Hey, namaste with me. You want to? How's Nashville?
It's great. It is so ever-changing. There is an escalator downtown now.
The traffic sucks.
The potholes are worse. I had a friend just the other day go to lunch with another friend, so just two friends of mine.
Right.
Friend goes to see other friend, gets flat tire. I almost said it like the Geico lizard. Tire. I have a flat tire.
That's right.
So she gets a flat tire and her friend has to drive her back to home.
Right.
Friend, after she drops her off, gets the same flat tire on the same pedal. It's madness out there. There's full-on craters out there.
Secrets about Nashville that you never,
I'm going to stop paying taxes.
Hear. Where's the best? Now, do you like the hot chicken? Do you like
yes.
Okay, so I interviewed Lori Morgan.
Oh, good as I was to you.
Yes, yes.
Monumental song of my life.
I'm going to send you that interview because you'll enjoy it because I will ask anything of anyone. And so Lori Morgan, who has a Nashville hot chicken franchise. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more. More words.
Yeah. I'll have to find out what the name. But she has her own, because I said, so what do you think? You Hattie B's? She goes, no. She goes, mine. Mm-hmm. She's got her own Nashville hot chicken. So, but Lori Morgan has married several people in her band.
As we do.
Mm-hmm. And I asked her at one point, I said, is there anybody that you've performed with on stage that you haven't married? And she goes, well, you'll just ask anybody anything, won't you? I said, I will. But she was great. She was phenomenal.
Meet Randy Miller.
She was on a tour with Pam Tillis, the
Queen of Denial.
Yes, and I interviewed Pam. It's the Glam and Glitter tour. I said,
Glam Pam, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, I said, who's Glam and who's Glitter? She goes, depends on the day.
I love that. Oh,
she was great.
These are my idols you're talking to.
Oh,
this
man.
is crazy.
I know. She was so good. She was so good. But that's right now is the time to get them talking because they don't care. Mm-hmm. Now they're like, you want to hear about it? Hear it.
Yeah, they're like, give me a lighter. What do you want to know?
Randy, you got to get Tanya Tucker back then. If you're gonna
I know, right? Yeah.
Give me a lighter.
Light me up. All right.
Well, so Winona did, and she is out on tour celebrating her mom, and Tanya Tucker is one of the people that
and she's
having
coming to Knuckleheads.
Yes.
We've seen her. Didn't we see her?
We did. Tanya Tucker celebrated her 91st birthday, and we were there for
what did you say, 90?
91st.
She is not 91.
Yeah, she's 91 years old.
I got a little Tanya Tucker thing.
She'll be 92 this year.
So she's Willie Nelson's-ish age.
No, I'm kidding. But she's
Wait, was none of that true?
No, but she's well. The part of it that she's coming to Knuckleheads is true, but she's up there.
What
she's
is her skin regimen? She's 91. I'm already I'm neurotransmitting to Brian. Look up Tanya Tucker's
I'm Tanya
retinol.
Tucker, and if you want to look like me in the morning, you'll put this on. It's called Tanya Cream.
It's called whiskey and Neutrogena and cigarette, darling.
Whiskey Gina.
Mm-hmm.
So, Randy, what is it? Is it I'm losing my mind. Ozarks, Osage Beach. What is it down in Ozarks? What's that famous Tantera? I'm at a conference years ago, Tantera. Now Margaritaville.
Yeah, right.
I'm at and the headliner coming in. They're flying in Tanya Tucker. They're flying in Tanya Tucker.
Bald knobbers.
He knew it all along. So what happened?
We were so off.
Tanya Tucker, thank you both. It's coming in to perform. Terrible weather. It's stormy, whatever. She's flying, and the pilot says we can't do it. We got to go back. She's like in Springfield or something. Flies back.
I'm moisturizing.
Arkansas.
I'm moisturizing, y'all.
With gasoline.
I was so impressed. They flew
y'all
her
have
back.
Pall Mall?
Obviously, Tanya Tucker's not coming, flying back. She rented a car, got there like 11 o'clock at night to do the show. She still performed. I have so much respect for her. I really do.
Listen.
Two Sparrows in the Hurricane. That was a song for her parents. I think it's for her parents. Was it right?
Excellent.
Oh,
excellent
I hope
respect.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that
I think it was.
All those are so good. It's a little too late, you two, to do it right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, my all-time is Martina McBride. I mean, she's just
Independence Day.
And by the way, your song about your dad reminded me of a John Barry song. Now, you know John Barry?
Mm-hmm.
I wish you were 40 again, about his dad.
Oh.
You should look that up. That is, that's a heartbreak.
I don't know if I want to.
So don't ever look that up.
Well, I'm drinking wine, so if I'm going to start crying, I might as well just listen to the dad song.
Yeah. Just go to dadsongs.com.
Yeah. And it's called wine.com, and it's just songs about your dad and your inner child.
Ooh, write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Andy.
Man, this has been so fun. Thank you.
You guys are so fun to hang out with.
Thank you, guys. This is great having you on again. So what's upcoming? What's next besides the album?
Where do people go? The whole thing.
The whole deal, the whole schmeal.
Yeah. So, new album coming out March 31st.
Right. The Ides of March.
Yes.
Yes.
And the album.
That's one day
before what?
One day before April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah, great.
Ooh.
Which is my grandpa's birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah, which is who, Hey Dad was written, to almost. So it's a whole little full circle thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then you can go, hey, Grandpa, this is for you. April Fool.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
But yeah,
That's
so
terrible,
album
Randy.
coming out March 31st. It's called Miles and Maybes.
Ooh, that's cool.
Which is a line from Under the Hood. And when I wrote that song with Justin Klump and Lauren Tauber, I came up with that pre-chorus line and just the Miles and Maybes. And then I think Lauren came up with Skylines Changing. But right when I said Miles and Maybes, I was like, that's like my memoir. That is a all-encompassing, 3 words that are me. It's just
that's cool.
Traveling all these miles for so many maybes, and we just keep doing it.
That's cool.
And that's just the story of my life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
so that
cool.
Comes out March
Miles
31st.
Along with the companion memoir?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
good,
Yeah.
good.
Which will be my Facebook feed.
Right.
Or my story, just complaining.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm going to put my own self on a deadline and say that you can pre-order the album right now. I will have it on my site ready to pre-order. And all the pre-orders.
Somebody just got nervous.
And all the pre-orders come signed.
Wow.
Just put that in there too, but now it's in the interwebs.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's real now. That's real.
No, I'm really proud of my signature finally. I'm left-handed. And so
Are you left-handed?
Yeah, it's taken me a really long time to not look like a 5-year-old boy writing my name in cursive.
That's right.
And so now I'm like, I'll sign everything.
You decided you're not going to be a doctor, so.
Yeah, no, I finally got my C to look cute and not like a Z.
What's wrong with her?
Yeah,
She
exactly.
sounds like a...
That's not a J. So rigid.
Who is this? Jassy Jobs.
Her signature is so unapproachable. Definitely don't want to hug her. She is not a hugger.
Gassy? Is that gassy?
Is that guys, for real?
No.
That is hilarious that you say that. No, I'm not about to talk about tootin'. But
good.
But I have been trying for so long.
I mean, not good.
To make an emblem with a C and a J, so be this way, right, for the camera,
yeah. Right?
And there's no way to not make it a G, like Garth Brooks. And so I would be Gassy Joy. And so, like, I can't get my cool, like, I can't brand anything, anybody's chest with my initials, and it's annoying.
Somebody's got the first one's free. Go ahead, Randy.
That's your kids' toy line. That's your little doll line, Gassy Joy. That's what comes out at Christmas.
No,
Maybe I'll
Randy.
just put out gas drops.
No.
Well, I mean, seriously, you could have.
That's what I always recommend for new mothers since I have no children. It's probably gas.
Here's little Gassy Joy.
Yeah.
You're going to love her.
Oh, this is so cute.
Oh, that would be great.
And she toots on key.
That's
You just pick the tempo. Toot, 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 toot.
That's a
Gassy
million.
Joy.
That's $1 million idea.
Yeah.
Seriously, Gassy Joy.
Got them all day up here. Gassy Joy. That's me.
Oh my gosh. Well, best of luck with everything. You don't need luck. You're fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes.
So glad to see you. Thank you for coming back and doing the national anthem. That was so great. When are you going to perform? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and I mean this sincerely, we both do. Any significant milestone in my life and Kansas City's life, seriously, you're a part of it.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Absolutely.
From the plaza lighting stuff to now the Chiefs, everything.
Yeah, I've been
thank
thank
you.
Lucky and so grateful that Kansas City thinks of me for these big milestone things, because like I am all over the universe within my little circle.
Yeah.
So much, but I never forget Kansas City. And what is so special to me is that it feels like Kansas City never forgets about me either.
Kansas City never forgets about you. I mean, every time
we have you on speed dial, don't we?
Well, I mean, just the fact that you come. I mean, you come back for every great occasion.
Yeah, and I always will. I will always drop anything I am doing, and like even if they're not paying for flights or whatever, I'm like, KC, let's go.
Right.
Anything.
Right.
Or if it's a niece's birthday party.
And you can't make your parents move to Nashville?
They have thought about doing the bus life. And then we did live in one. And now my dad is like,
Yeah, that's right.
Good. We'll do a fifth wheel maybe.
There's no hiding on a bus. There's no hiding on an RV. No.
But Randy and I did talk about talking to Brian offline about, when we were watching Tech 9, for example, during his show, every other word is Tech 9. Tech 9, Tech 9. And we're like, maybe a little marketing next time. Oh, say, Casi Joy. Throw your name in there like 20 times.
Say joy.
Casi Joy. Yes. Yes. I mean, just to remind people.
Yes.
Right?
And I go back over that in my head of like, at the end, should I have been like, thank you so much, I'm Casi Joy.
Yes.
I'm like,
but at the
like
same
a
time,
Dumb
we
and
all
Dumber.
know you.
Well, because you think there's a graphic down there that says.
Well, and that's why it was so awkward for me to start, because I was waiting for either my name or the head person in my ears were supposed to be in my in-ears and saying like 5, 4, 3, and anthem.
Yeah.
And none of that happened. And the color guard is behind me. And I almost started singing. And then I hear the say, huh, and I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't start there. And then nothing's happening. And I'm like, well, it sure doesn't sound like they're going to say my name. And if they did, they'd say it wrong.
And I'm not sure that's on the sound guys, Cassie, because I think some of our Chiefs players may have kicked a cord out or two.
That could be true.
They were having some libations. And you haven't, we're about to wrap up, but Cassie, please end by telling us about that. The photos with you and the world.
Yeah.
Please.
All right, so,
thank you.
and we saw it on your Instagram. So let me get your opinion.
You're living our dream, by the way. All of us.
Andy Reid.
Yes.
So nice.
Nice guy.
So this was on stage right after I had sang. And like Andy Reid is always like, he probably has no idea who I am. But anytime I've sang for the Chiefs, he's like, good job. And I'm like,
oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
But so I went up to him and I said, Mr. Reid. And it's, like 1,000 decibels at. I'm like, Mr. Reid, can I like maybe get a picture with you? I just sang. I don't know. And so we did the selfie, and then he said, "Good job." Like he's so obligated to be a nice.
And he painted a mustache on your face.
Yeah,
and they're splitting a cheeseburger.
No, I just got the mustache from being near him. It bloomed.
And then you met with
Travis Kelce.
Travis.
Yes. 87. And I will verify because we have live photos of these moments.
Yes.
So Brian went up to him and said, like, congrats, big boy. And Travis says, and I quote, bang, bang, chicken wang.
Right, is that right, Brian? It's like, that's the deal. Bang,
great.
Bang, chicken.
Bang, bang, chicken wang.
He's so good at the quotes. He is so good.
Yeah, he's always
hosting
got something.
The guy's hosting Saturday Night Live.
I'm just saving more of my Chiefs footage to post when he does Saturday Night Live.
Oh my
so that
God.
the Chiefs
that
are
Jimmy
back in
Fallon
it.
bit with him about
I know.
Cincinnati's in on a and then he's
incredible.
Know your role and shut. I've watched that a million times.
He is
I'm
so
addicted.
good.
My mom did too. She sent it to everybody personally in my family thread, and then the family thread, and then the family Facebook thread. I'm like, Mom, we did see it. We know you love Travis.
And he was so good singing "You Got to Fight for Your Right" on the show.
He's just
and Cassie, full disclosure, I just acquired a foster kitten. It's not a foster, but I did get to name it, so it is Kelsey.
It is Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Yeah.
Please say it'll be a foster.
Yeah.
Maybe a little film.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we're never taking it back.
Yeah.
Right. I know. I was like, should we name it Jodie, the actress, so you don't forget that it's a foster, honey?
Well,
that's great.
The fact that the first name you named it was Temporary, I thought that was odd.
Something.
Oh, okay. Even for short. Temper, not great.
Come here, Temp.
Or Temp.
But Randy and I never digress.
Just a temp.
Never digress. So after Kelsey?
I got to meet Clark Hunt.
So there's that.
Yes. And how was he?
Shorter than I thought.
Right, he's a little short.
Like I mean, Cruise, he was still taller than me though. Like,
well, yeah, but he's a shorter guy.
But so sweet.
Yeah.
Like all about taking a picture. We got to meet Nick, right? Is that the?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'm not, I don't know a ton about sports except that if there's a game going on, there's queso, and that's why I love sports.
Right.
Like I'm there for wearing a jersey and eating chips and cheese.
Right.
But Bri, we're in the like brunch area, Union Station before the anthem, and he was like, "Oh my God, there's Nick Wright," and I was like, "Oh, that name like sounds super familiar, but I have no idea at all anything about sports."
He's a big dude now, but he used to be on 610 Sports here.
Yeah. And I hear he's just a super champion for the Chiefs.
Oh, yes.
And he was so unbelievably nice. Like Brian went up because I'm such a limp noodle wet blanket baby of like I would never ask someone to take a picture with me or say hi to anybody ever.
Right.
And so Bri goes up to him and he's like, my wife's singing the anthem. Can we take a picture? And he's like, oh, sure. And then after Bri's like, I know you probably hate doing this stuff. And he's like, no, bro, get in here. And like makes Brian take a picture with him.
That's
like,
cool.
It's really cool to be playing at those levels and watching those people that are so high up be like, get in here.
Yeah.
And just like, cool, you're a human still.
That's pretty
He's
cool.
the one
nice.
commentator that did predict correctly.
Yeah, he's always been a champion of the Chiefs.
I know.
My wife's favorite picture of you is you in the Chiefs crowd, red, yellow, confetti, or the Chiefs cheerleaders rather.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It does look like a Truly ad, and I'm really kicking myself for not tagging Truly.
And you did say you wanted to be a Chiefs cheerleader at one point.
I did, but I heard that they only make like $26 a game.
Well, I mean,
and that was when I heard that when I was like 14 years old, and I was like, that's not going to do it for me.
That's not going to fuel the bus.
That's right. $26 a game.
Yeah. So then I became a musician.
That's right. That's right. What do musician cheerleaders make?
Yeah.
Well, I think
they're in an alley somewhere. We left them in the dumpster.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
Sorry,
well,
I'm off the rails.
Thank you so much.
Casi, Joy.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. And now we are going to hear a conversation that I had with Furious George Karlaftis, that I talked to the other day. 20 guy's 21 years old.
His rookie year, he's amazing.
Rookie year, he's got 7 tackles, got 1 in the Super Bowl. And he is primed to be one of the best defensive players the Chiefs have ever had.
I think, is he 21, 22?
He's 21. He grew up in Athens, Greece.
What?
He grew up in Athens, Greece. He went to Purdue.
Hoppa!
Yeah, he went to Purdue. I asked him, I said, hey, you ever been on down to Warnell? You ever been to Tassos? But he's a cool guy, and he's the future of the Chiefs. I mean, he's cool.
Let's take a listen.
So exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we first got Patrick, and it just felt like we were literally the Lion King, and we were like walking up to the edge of the cliff of like, all that you see is yours. Right. And like just to be a younger person, and like from the beginning of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and then watching this dynasty like become what it is.
Right.
Oh, it's
We're so lucky.
special.
We're so lucky. And I mean, Patrick is he's the old man. He's 27.
Yeah.
He's 27.
Hang it up, old geezer.
Right.
He's never not been to an
Get some insoles.
Get out while you're on top. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, drink some Boost.
Yeah.
Drink some Boost.
Get a Pedialyte.
Right?
Have the PM.
Get together with my dad. Thank you, Casi. That was great.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Back here at RandyMillerRadio.com. It's Randy Miller. And as you guys know, as most of you know, we are based right here in the Super Bowl champion city of Kansas City, Missouri. So we're so excited to have one of our heroes on here, this guy, George Karlaftis. I mean, he has made such an impact, first-round draft pick, and has so many sacks this season. He's just been a phenomenal addition to the Kansas City Chiefs defense. They call him Furious George. George, how you doing this morning?
I'm great. How about yourself? Thank you for having me on.
Oh, man. Listen, it's such an honor to talk to you. You know, I've lived in Kansas City, Missouri for a long time now, and a lot of fans, of course, never saw this coming in terms of having a chance at this many Super Bowls and getting 2 of them within a few years. But how do you feel? I mean, you've had so far now. You won a Super Bowl. You've had the big parade this week, which was phenomenal. How you got to be a little tired, huh?
I'm tired. Yeah, I'm really tired. I'm still catching up on sleep, but I'm sure enjoying this.
Yeah, and you know, it was interesting to read your background. You're originally from Athens, Greece, and I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. You know, I think that the current NFL football players, they're almost like Spartacus. I mean, it's almost like it's our kind of gladiator, don't you think?
A little bit. I think that's a solid comparison, yeah. Except we get paid.
Yeah. right, and you don't get killed at the end of the game.
Right. It's a big difference
if you don't win. Hey, what is everybody? This is crazy. So you're a kid that grew up in Athens, Greece, and you actually played water polo for a long time, right?
Yes.
And how does that? Because you never played football.
Yeah.
And you played water polo.
Exactly. Yeah. Growing up in Greece and playing a bunch of different sports is a lot different than being an American playing football. I think first of all, having a diverse background in sports is huge. not just for any pro athlete, but anyone in general. You know, I think it's huge, and it makes a big difference. Growing up in Greece, obviously, is a lot different. You know, it's thousands of miles away, and you know, it's just a completely different upbringing socially, and it really socioeconomically and everything in between. You know, and moving to the United States, it really gives you perspective of, you know, how great of a country this is. You know, there's a lot more opportunity. I can tell you that firsthand. And there's, you know, my background, you know, it helped me out, you know, because I have a diverse background growing up in Greece and having that kind of a perspective. But being in a country like America has been great for me and my family.
That is so good. We're talking to George Karlaftis, defensive standout for the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Furious George. Who gave you the nickname Furious George?
I saw that rolling around on Twitter during the preseason. I think that's something that the Chiefs Kingdom kind of gave to me. You know, I like it. I'm going to roll with it.
That's so good. Well, you know, so you come over here, you go to Purdue, you Defensive Player of the Year, and then you get drafted in the first round by the Kansas City Chiefs. And man, you just hit the ground running. And this is we're talking about a big time defensive with Chris Jones and Frank Clark and some of these other standouts. And man, you just got in there and really played your part. Finished second in the NFL in total sacks and had 6 in a regular season, added another in the AFC Championship game over Cincinnati. And I think you had one in the Super Bowl too, right?
Yeah. This past year's been incredible. You know, kind of taking some time back and reflecting on it. I'm just extremely blessed and fortunate to be in the position I am, to be a member of the Kansas City Chiefs, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, what do you think? We know what you think of the United States. What do you think of Kansas City?
I think Kansas City's a great city. You know, it's a great place for me. You know, it's perfect because it almost has like a small town vibe. You know, that's what's my experience so far. You know, the people are great. The fans are really passionate, and it's a great city, and it's a great place to have a football team. That's for sure.
And how do you compare Greek food with barbecue?
Very different. Very different. Barbecue food's very heavy. A lot of the time, Greek food's not super heavy. The flavor and the flavor profile is completely different. Like it doesn't get more different than that. But I love both, and they're both very near and dear to me.
Well, we had, I don't know if you're familiar with Greek-born chef Debbie Matenopoulos. We had Debbie Matenopoulos on the show, and she has a Greek cookbook, some great recipes. And I know you're kind of a foodie. What is your favorite Greek dish?
I like souvlaki and paizaki. Those are my two favorites. Yeah, those would have to be my two favorites.
So after the big Super Bowl parade, where did you guys congregate? Did you go back to the stadium? Did you go to the practice facility? You guys had to get together and have like a little last party, right?
Yeah, guys got together all over, but at the end of the day, we all just went home. You know, now it's kind of starting to become the off season. You know, so getting ready almost for next year. It sounds like, you know, trying to enjoy this huge victory in this huge season. You know, but it's always about what's next too.
Man, your first year in the NFL. And you win a Super Bowl championship. That is fantastic, George. I mean, you certainly did your part.
Really?
And who was your now you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Travis Kelce, you got all these crazy characters on the team. Who have you gravitated toward in terms of just, you know, making friends and kind of doing things together?
For me, it's been a lot of the defensive line. You know, I love guys like Patrick and Travis, but, you know, I'm really close to guys like Chris Jones, Frank Clark, Carlos Dunlap, you know, guys like Mike Dana, Colin Saunders. You know, guys really amongst the defensive line. You know, I really spend time with those guys, and they've been great to me, and they've been a huge help for me in my development.
And how has it been playing for Coach Andy Reid?
It's incredible. I think he's the best to ever do it, and I think that's how he's going to go down too.
Yeah, I think so too. Hall of Famer. George, listen, man, we could not be happier that you were with our Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you so much for coming on. Continued great success, and get some rest.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
RandyMillerRadio.com